Oh, we finished Daniel, but we're not going to open the book of Revelation for 2 days because um, I got to sync up my columns. I'm on column 3 of Luke, and I would be starting column 1. You know, when you open the Bible, there's a page on the left, there's a page on the right. Each page has 2 columns in my Bible, my dad's old King James Bible, which is what I mathematically do the studies from. Obviously, I do them here online. King James and New Living. New Living was what I read for years when I was a lost sheep, but very interested in the Bible. And that all began when I was at Warner Southern College, and they made us study. I was a Catholic astrologer, but they made us take. It was a Christian school, so to speak. You know, they're going to teach free will and all that. So let's just call it a fake Christian college, like all Christian colleges, like basically all churches that you can walk into, so-called churches, I should say. Fake church buildings, I guess we'd call them. Fake church college, fake church buildings. And you had to do a gospel and do a paper on it, which is pretty much everything you did at Warner Southern to get your BS degree in business. And I chose Matthew. Boy, was I glad I did. It was, it's like the longest, so I'm not really sure why I chose it, but I was hooked and just started reading it forever. Kind of slacked off while I was married, which, that's what Paul said. Try to stay single. And of course, that whole marriage was based on astrology, but, a lot of good came from it. Didn't last long, but Lord's will be done. Lord's allowed me to make the best of that whole situation. Great relationship still to this day. Talked to her today with what you would call my stepdaughter, even though I'm no longer married. She doesn't like to be called an ex stepdaughter or even former stepdaughter. So, very, very blessed in that realm. And her and my son, they're my two closest. My son's my number one. He's the blood, but my stepdaughter's right there, my number 2 on this earth. So that's big. That's big. So anyway, we're just doing Luke tonight, and we'll just do Luke Friday. And good Lord willing, I'll be able to start Revelation on Saturday. Let's try to King James. And he was angry and would not go in. Therefore came his father out and entreated him. And he answering said to his father, Lo, these many years do I. Oh, so this is the prodigal son, but this is the one that did not return. This is the other one that's upset. And he answering said to his father, Lo, these many years do I serve thee, neither transgressed I at any time thy commandment. And yet thou never gavest me the fattest calf to celebrate, that I might make merry with my friends. And that's a shame. That's a shame. Now this is the human father, but, you should celebrate not on their birthday, not at Christmas, but you should just celebrate a child that's doing well. So I could literally see the argument, which has nothing to do with Jesus's parable here. Jesus is correct in his parable. So I don't want to say I'm speaking against the parable. But as soon as thy son was come, which have devoured thy living with harlots, thou hast killed him, the fatted calf. And he said unto him, Son, thou art ever with me. But see, taken for granted, right? Because he never celebrated them. Thou art ever with me. So you've been by my side the whole time, and all that I have is thine. So he will inherit everything. But the kid wants the emotion, or this son wants the emotion, not just the money. So I get that. But, again, I'm not arguing with the parable of Jesus, because Jesus's parable is meant to be what it's for in that respect. It was meet that we should make merry and be glad, for this thy brother was dead and is alive again. So it's that born again. So from that regard of the parallel, or the parable that Jesus is connecting this to, of course, is perfect. And was lost and is found. And he also said unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man which had a steward, and the same was accused unto him that had wasted his goods. And he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no longer steward. Then steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig to beg. I am ashamed. So it is very complicated in the King James, but what he's saying is basically going to have to make up a story here, because I don't want to go back and doing hard labor kind of thing. So the employer called him and said, what's this I hear about you? Get your report in order, because you're going to be fired. And the manager thought to himself, now what? My boss has fired me. I don't have the strength to dig ditches, and I'm too proud to beg. So it was a certain rich man who had a manager handling his affairs. And one day the report came in that his manager was wasting his employer's money. So anyway, I love y'all very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.